What's going on, guys? Welcome back. A little late with the video this time. Court Domination this past weekend. SuperCard, very first WNBA, which I know I certainly desperately needed, especially to be ready for that new Amy tier coming. Hopefully it's coming soon. But yeah, definitely needed a female. I do not have any WNBA Ruby Pros, so this is a good one. And the stats are certainly good. I believe from looking at just the base level 0, it was like 6 or 8 points better than the Donovan Mitchell. Crazy amounts of offense, crazy amounts of playmaking, which she should. I mean, what is she, like the all-time assist leader or something like that? But how did everybody weekend go? How were your polls? Of course, these are the results. So we're going to go over the poll rates, the polls, all of the fusions that I did this past weekend, at least the successful fusions. The ones that actually mean something, because there were lots of golds and a lot of all that stuff. Y'all have to let me know how your fusion polls have also been going. But there is that SuperCard, really good card. Definitely a great card. I'm glad they did one before the new tier dropped. Now we just got to worry about the Gauntlet. And before we get into the actual polls for this weekend and all of those polls from the fusions, here are my polls for all three cards, right? 108 total, 69 gold, 10 emerald, very low sapphire. Again, the previous results video, man, we had the same amount. Really low sapphires. You'd figure the tier below you, or the tier below top tier, is you're gonna at least pull some of them. Pull pretty much just as many sapphires as I do rubies the last couple weeks, which is really weird. But we do have 2 ruby pulls out of 108. We are ruby plus. So that's good. And going towards the end of ruby plus, if y'all remember, I was what, 72. I was averaging 72 resets per ruby pull, and the last couple events or last couple weeks while being ruby plus certainly been around 50, so I can't complain about that, so that's good. And first ruby pull we got for this weekend, Brandon Knight. Okay, it's a bad one. It's buns, no lie, no pro, nothing like that. Obviously, you know, since I'm a Suns guy, it's always disappointing seeing him with a bad card, but as long as it's not on the Suns, I'm okay with it. So that was our first pull, which was just a basic ruby, a yellow arrow, which I desperately need. I need some yellow arrows. I need some yellow arrow pros. I have so many blues, it's ridiculous. I can almost make my entire gauntlet, all 4 rows, gonna be blues. If it wasn't for the fact that I had, I think SuperCard's a yellow, right? And then I got another yellow pro. I can't remember who it was, a ruby pro. If it wasn't for that, I just would make all 4 rows blues. But the second pull, on the other hand, was a D'Angelo Russell, and this was actually a pro. So we got another ruby pro, which, you know, at first glance or first thought, you would think, you know what, that's awesome. Let's get another ruby pro. Let's get as many ruby pros as we can to help with the Gauntlet, which is next weekend. And it turns out that, I mean, I didn't know this, but, you know, weeks ago when people were saying people are putting in bronze decks to help their Gauntlet deck because they get less ruby pros, etc., etc. I did not understand that. I didn't understand. I guess I didn't grasp what was actually going on. And what actually happens is, unlike WWE, where when you get to the final card, the event card in the Gauntlet or in Road to Glory, it's like a static tier. It's the same no matter what. Like, it's top tier. Your deck needs to be top tier in order to pass Road to Glory and get the event card. And the +5s are a certain rank, +3s are a certain rank, and a +1 is a certain rank. Well, apparently, from what I've learned, is that the lower your deck actually makes the +5s lower. Now, I did the previous Gauntlet with only 5 ruby pros, and I was only getting ruby plus for my +5s the entire way. Other people, on the other hand, had like 8, 9, 10 ruby pros. They were getting ruby plus the entire way. Now, what sense does that make? I have absolutely no idea. So the more ruby pros that you put in your deck, it actually hurts you. Either way, though, I thought that was a little bit interesting. I'm actually going to keep my deck tier exactly the same. I'm going to leave it with 5 Ruby Pros, and I actually might succumb to the disgustingness of putting in bronzes, unfortunately. Very first fusion, Chris Paul. Yo, that was actually my very first fusion, believe it or no, that was my second fusion. That's the one I wanted, though. Western Conference, Suns, NBA Finals, Western Conference Finals, here we come. Yeah. So, you know, of course, I was certainly happy with that pull. That fusion pull was amazing. Another really good one I had, though, as well, Eastern Conference this time. We got a Bradley Beal who showed up at the All-Star game. And speaking of All-Star games, I don't know about the rest of you, but the All-Star game is stupid. Now, I mean, maybe a lot of people do enjoy watching the All-Star game, but it was ridiculous. I watched it for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or something, and then I saw the final box score. They shot 133 three-pointers in one game. I find that absolutely incredibly dreadful to watch, and thought the All-Star game was incredibly dreadful to watch. I don't know, that's just me, but Bradley Beal showed up, and he played really well. So good for him. And the poll was great. Fusion, fantastic. Love the card. And then the final good fusion, because like I said, these are only the good fusions. The fusions that are the all-stars from this weekend. Last one, Julius Randle. So we actually ended up pretty well, right? We got 2 rubies. We got 1 sapphire. And of course, the 1 ruby that I got, the Chris Paul, was one that I wanted. And I do want sapphires, I do want emeralds just to collect them, just to have them. But being that these all-star cards are certainly readily available in quick game doing objectives and stuff, a lot of the decks I'm seeing have these all-star cards in them. So I'm going to only suspect that the Gauntlet is going to have a ton of these all-star cards in it, an absolute ton. These are obviously a lot more readily available and much more friendly for free-to-play players to be able to get than any other event that they've had, any other special card or anything like that in the game. So I'm not looking forward to that, which gives me another reason why I think, since now I have all, you know, more Ruby Pros than I need, I feel scummy putting in bronze cards. I do. I feel like it's a scummy thing to do, because people are going to go against my deck, I guess, now, from, again, what I've learned, and it's going to frustrate them. But it's almost like they force us to do it just to be able to get past the Gauntlet. I don't know. But yeah, those are my 3 fusions that I pulled, and they're all good. So I'm happy with them. Another thing that I'm curious about, though, if anybody can let me know in the comments. These packs, for example, we got 0 to hero packs. Gives us the percentage odds. 45, 36, 1, and 18. It doesn't take a mathematical genius to know that those 4 cards are going to add up to 100%. And the fact that they put a little decimal point there, right? 36.0. So it's not just 100% rounded. It's 100.0% rounded. And so these 2 cards, when they say less than 1%, it actually has to be less than 0.1% in order for it to be still equal to this 100.0%. That's a pretty small percentage. If anybody's ever opened these packs and you've tried it, let me know if you've ever gotten a ruby, because they do this on all the packs where all the other cards add up to exactly 100.0%, and they have either 1 or 2 cards that say less than 100. It's very confusing. I don't know. That seems like not a very good deal, I guess. Basically what I'm getting at. Either way, though, looking at the rubies now, what we got here is we got 8 rubies. We got 8 Ruby Pros, which is, again, a huge jump from the Gauntlet. I mean, just at the Gauntlet, we were at 5 Ruby Pros. Now we're at 8. I could put in all 8 of these into my Gauntlet deck, but That's going to hurt me. That's going to make the decks that I face Ruby++. Now, why would I want to do that? I don't know. But either way, here's the Sue Bird. All leveled up. Amazing. 605 offense. 603 playmaking. She is going to be a problem. 100%. Because, again, if y'all have noticed, from all the other game modes that we play, we get defense pretty much 90% of the time. So it's going to be super frustrating when we get defense. When I was doing Court Domination, I would say that 90% of the time when it gave offense or defense, not when it's talking about rebounding or anything else, but if the only two stats up there were offense and defense, I would say 90% of the time I had defense, they had offense. There were numerous numbers of times where my cards were literally 30 or 40 points higher in all four stats, but still lost because they had offense and I had defense, and their offense was better than my defense. But Sue Bird looks good. There's the Chris Paul, all leveled up. That's a huge jump between these two. That event card right there, and then that Chris Paul, all leveled up. Definitely a ginormous jump. I mean, they should be better. There's the Bradley Beal. Looks good. I like it. The design of them, again, they all look really good. All of which are better than this lonely, poor Bam Adebayo with what seems to be not a very good event card, turns out. But I did get another pro, which was a TJ Warren, and I got him in one of the All-Star packs, one of the fusions. I didn't show it because it was just a regular Ruby. But I did pull him in an All-Star Fusion pack, and he ended up being a pro. So I ended up with two pros, the TJ Warren and the D'Angelo Russell this weekend. And then the two fusions that we got of the All-Stars and the Sue Bird. So turned out to be a pretty good weekend. And also, don't forget, we have new challenges or new quests in the quest tab, which I almost forgot. I mean, just when I was getting ready to say that's going to do it for the video, I noticed the little icon, exclamation point, telling me that, you know, hey, I got something going on here. And I totally forgot about quests on Monday. Need to get used to that. We're going to have them on, we got an event, WWE. We got the quests on Monday, Wild Wednesday on Wednesday for WWE. These are on Monday. Okay. So this time it's going to be the Lakers. LeBron James we got for our starter card, which is cool. Nice one to collect. And basically the same type of objectives. Play a match with the Lakers. Quick game. Collect on champions, so be sure you start your champions rewards and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for the video. Again, hopefully y'all had a good weekend. Y'all have to let me know in the comments how you're doing. As far as coming up, I'm actually going to be leaving on Thursday. I have a family thing that happens. So I'm going to be leaving out of town on Thursday, and I won't come back till Tuesday. So there will be no stream this weekend. I have to figure out some way to probably get this Sue Bird Gauntlet done. Hopefully I do. I got a ton of stuff going on this week to get ready to leave to deal with everything that's going on right now. And so hopefully I can figure out a way to get it done. If not, it's going to be a little bit disappointing, but, you know, sometimes, I guess, you know, you just got to roll with what happens. And just let me know how things gone. And I probably won't do another video for the rest of the week. I might, but probably not. And I probably won't be back till Tuesday. So if you don't hear from me again for another week, don't get worried. Don't think I quit. Just taking care of some family stuff. But, I'll see y'all then. Hopefully y'all have a good week. Good luck on your event. Good luck on your fusions. And I'll see y'all guys again soon. Y'all take it easy. I am out. Peace.